Do you ever look up at the clouds and wonder, I wish I had a small hybrid sedan that was as affordable as a Toyota Corolla, as spacious as a Toyota Camry, and as fun to drive as a Honda Civic Hybrid? Nor me, but here we are with the 2024 Hyundai i30 sedan range. It's been facelifted and there's an all-new hybrid version that Hyundai hopes will account for almost half of all of the standard range's sales. With the popular i30 hatch not on sale at the moment as it transitions from Korea to European sourcing, Hyundai is keen to keep foot traffic in their showrooms as far as small cars are concerned. Does the i30 hybrid cut it? Let's find out. Hyundai is really keen to stick it to Toyota, Honda and others with its value for money pricing for the i30 sedan hybrid. This kicks off from $33,000, but keep in mind there's also the Elite and the premium models, but we don't know quite how much they're going to cost yet because they're coming later on in the year. Anyway, here's a full rundown on the specifications of the base i30 sedan hybrid. Like the rest of the facelifted range for 2024, the hybrid model gains a beefed up body structure, sleeker and now all LED headlights, restyled bumpers, improved driver assist safety, USB-C outlets, and a bunch of other worthwhile upgrades. Being the base grade, there's only some levels of driver assist safety, as well as just cloth seats, but you do get adaptive cruise control, front and rear parking sensors, a leather steering wheel, rear air vents, and 16-inch alloy wheels. And although you do pay $4,000 more for the benefits of hybrid efficiency, you also score a multi-link rear suspension system over the more basic torsion beam arrangement, as well as dual zone climate control and rain sensing wipers. That's a win. On the other hand, if you want good stuff like blind spot monitoring, safe exit warning, rear cross traffic alert, a larger touchscreen at 10.25 inches, keyless entry/start, leather upholstery, digital radio, and 17-inch alloys, you'll need to spend about $5,000 more for the Elite. Still, the i30 sedan hybrid is competitive with the similarly priced but smaller Corolla Hybrid sedan, despite not being quite as well specified as we'd hope it would be, and it's almost $20,000 cheaper than the Civic Alex Hybrid, though that comes with heaps more features. Don't forget, you can read my full review at carsguide.com.au to find out more. So, what's changed in the 2024 i30 sedan? I'm glad you asked. This badge is larger. The front's been restyled, so it's got different headlights and a redesigned bumper with different grille treatments to give it a more aggressive look. Moving along the side, there are different alloys, which I don't particularly like these ones, but the general fastback silhouette is retained, which has two advantages. It gives the car a distinctive look and it helps with interior space because it's quite a largish, small sedan. I personally have never liked the look of the i30. The origami-like creases just lend it a fussiness I think that it doesn't need, but I guess you do stand out, so that's one thing. And around the back, the bumper has been restyled. There may have been changes to the badging and possibly the taillight lenses. I don't know, I'll have to check the press kit for that. But overall, it's much the same as before, except maybe slightly different to get people in. Oh, and there's a hybrid badge right here. Anyway, let's see what the interior is like. In a sea of almost indistinguishable touchscreen heavy designs nowadays, the i30 sedan's interior presentation at least tries to be a bit different. Let's start with space. There's plenty of it up front due to the Hyundai's generous length and girth afforded by the stretched wheelbase and wider tracks compared to the regular i30 hatch. And yes, while it is definitely not a Camry in terms of size, that's what the Sonata is for, there's heaps more in this Hyundai than Corolla & Co. There's lots to admire as well, like the attractive, comfortable seating that aids an exemplary driving position. Storage is abundant, the multimedia setup is fast and easy, The climate control system is a model of clarity and delivers ample ventilation, and the overall build quality is excellent. Moving on to the back of the i30 Sedan Hybrid, it too provides lots of space, pleasant seating, and useful amenities like those 2 USB-C ports, a folding armrest with cup holders, and those rear air vents. Alright, so much for the sensible stuff. Here are some of my observations. The instrument cluster is a bit basic, I think, for a hybrid. The bar that runs along the console juts into the passenger's knee up front. The ambience back here, while it's roomy, is a little bit Avis rent-a-car and a little bit basic as well. I don't like the fact that you need to open the boot with a key because there's no exterior boot release. And given this is basically a small family car, getting in and out is the work of an acrobat because this roof line is a little bit too low. Finally, further back, there's a decent 474 litres of cargo capacity that spills into the cabin thanks to a split fold backrest. It's thoughtfully shaped and hungry enough for most smaller families' needs. But don't forget that there's only a space saver spare underneath that floor. Now, under this low bonnet, Hyundai has managed to cram in a 1.6 litre 4-cylinder petrol engine, an electric motor, and a whole bunch of other electrical items, and the result is actually quite interesting. Driving the front wheels via a 6-speed dual-clutch transmission, the combined outputs are 104 kilowatts of power and a healthy 265 newton meters of torque, the same as the racy i30 N-line versions, by the way. Hyundai says the hybrid is designed to only use electricity when driving away from standstill, and it returns to EV-only mode when coasting along off-throttle, during deceleration, or when heading downhill. Otherwise, wasted kinetic energy is captured and stored, further saving fuel. And speaking of which, the i30 Sedan Hybrid is a series parallel hybrid vehicle, so does not require any external charging and doesn't come with any cables. Powering up that 1.32 kilowatt hour lithium ion battery is basically the petrol engine's job, as well as to drive the front wheels, of course. The official combined average consumption is 3.9 litres per 100 kilometres, which equates to a carbon dioxide emissions rating of 92 grams per kilometre. Even with a modest 42 litre fuel tank capacity, that means about 1,500 kilometres between refills is technically possible, drinking standard 91 RON unleaded petrol at that, though E10 ethanol blend is also permitted. On the launch drive, over some hilly and fast Murray River area rural roads, try and say that in a hurry, the trip computer read an average of 5.1 litres per 100 kilometres. Slowing down saw that dip into the high 4s. Either way, that's pretty economical in my book. Can you hear that? No? That is because the i30 Sedan Hybrid takes off in pure electric mode, which is what a lot of the latest hybrids do nowadays. Rather than just help the engine, they actually help drive the car along. So it adds to the experience of this being more of an EV than the old Priuses and that sort of thing. But more importantly, it shows that Hyundai has developed a seamless and enjoyable driving machine with the i30 Sedan Hybrid. It's actually come as a bit of a surprise because I expected this car to feel a bit loose, to feel a bit mushy, but in fact, it's quite powerful and fast off the line, much more so than, say, what I remember a Corolla Hybrid to be. And conversely, the steering is a little bit sharper and sportier than what your expectation might be from a hybrid, particularly given that this is a sedan. So that's another feather in this car's cap. We've only driven the base hybrid and not the mid-range elite or premium. And they're on larger wheels and tyres, but on the 16-inch items on this car, I've got to even give them high marks for ride comfort. It's not super supple, or, you know, sophisticated in the ways that, say, the Civic rides, but it is comfortable enough. So all those things are plus points for the car. Now, I don't know if you heard the bonging then when you go over the speed limit, but that's a negative for this car. It can be a bit annoying, and it's even more annoying because I can't get it to work now. Over coarse chip surfaces, it does sound a little bit noisy. There's quite a bit of road and tyre noise coming through. Given that this car is $33,000 plus on road, it does have a grown-up and confident and capable feel dynamically. It steers nicely, it handles well, it grips the road, you know, as well as you could expect, and it doesn't feel overly heavy or ponderous. I think Hyundai have done a really good job in tuning this car for Australian taste. So even though it says i30 Sedan Hybrid on the boot, it really is something for everyone if you want an especially economical and enjoyable small sedan experience. There's no ANCAP score for the i30 sedan range due to it not being available in Europe. Confident it would match the Toyota Corolla Hybrid's 5-star rating, rather than replicate the MG5 small sedan's shocking 0-star result, Hyundai says that ANCAP is welcome to buy one and put it to the test. With a base i30 Sedan Hybrid being the only grade available right now, it gets some driver assist safety features like AEB as part of its forward collision avoidance assist system, driver attention warning, and adaptive cruise control with full stop-go functionality. But it misses out on blind spot monitoring, safe exit warning, and rear cross-traffic alert. You'll need to save up for the Hybrid Elite and up for those. Pity they're not standard. The i30 Sedan Hybrid comes with a 5-year unlimited kilometre warranty as well as 1 year of roadside assistance. The lithium-ion high-voltage battery is covered for 8 years or 160,000 kilometres. Service intervals are pegged at 12 months or 15,000 kilometres, with service pricing published on Hyundai's website. For now, over the first 5 years, the standard scheduled cost is $2,150 or an average of $430 annually. This is competitive with most other hybrids on the market. Hyundai might have sky-high hopes for the i30 Sedan Hybrid, but the car itself has its feet firmly planted on the ground with excellent economy, great space inside, and the fact that it's actually quite a good driving experience. So if you've been daydreaming about an affordable, small hybrid sedan, then Hyundai has got your back. Don't forget, you can read the full review on the i30 Sedan Hybrid at carsguide.com.au, and as always, thanks for watching.